Los Angeles, California, Warner Brothers Studio, March 15, 1973. Thursday afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Bruce Lee is backstage on the set of Enter the Dragon, the film that will change his career forever. He has just finished an exhausting fight sequence. His body is covered in sweat. His clothes are soaked. He needs to clean up before the next scene. He walks through the backstage corridors, passing technicians, extras, production assistants. Everyone greets him with respect. Bruce nods politely, but he is focused. He has 20 minutes before the next take. 20 minutes to compose himself, change clothes, prepare mentally. He pushes open the door to the men's backstage bathroom, a typical studio bathroom, white tiled walls, 4 stalls, 3 sinks, large mirrors, fluorescent lighting that hums faintly. The air is humid, stuffy. Bruce enters. The bathroom appears empty. He heads to the farthest sink, turns on the faucet, splashes cold water on his face. The water runs down his neck, relieving the heat. He takes a deep breath. His muscles are still tense from the choreography. He closes his eyes for a moment, centering his energy, as he always does. That's when he hears it. The sound of a stall door opening. Heavy footsteps. Very heavy. The kind of steps that make the floor vibrate slightly. Bruce opens his eyes and looks in the mirror. Behind him, emerging from the last stall, is a man who seems to occupy all the available space. Gene LeBell, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 320 pounds of pure muscle. Professional wrestling champion. Judo champion. A legend in the world of combat. A man who has broken opponents' bones without even trying. His shoulders are so broad that he has to turn sideways to pass through normal doors. His arms are the size of an average man's thighs. His hands look capable of crushing skulls. He is wearing a tank top that barely contains his torso. His eyes are fixed on Bruce. Gene LeBell is not here by chance. He was hired as a fight consultant for the film. But there is something more. Rumors have been circulating around Hollywood studios for months. Rumors about Bruce Lee. Rumors claiming that he says martial arts are superior to wrestling. Rumors claiming that Bruce has publicly challenged professional fighters. Rumors that bother men like Gene LeBell. Men who have dedicated their lives to real combat. Men who don't like martial arts instructors, who have never entered a professional fight proclaiming themselves invincible. Gene walks slowly toward Bruce. His steps echo in the tiled bathroom. Bruce turns away from the sink. He sizes up the situation instantly. The bathroom door is 4 meters behind Gene. There is no other exit. The windows are too small. He is cornered. Gene stops 1 meter away. The physical difference is absurd. Bruce is 5 feet 8 inches tall, 135 pounds. Compared to Gene, he looks like a child. Gene crosses his arms. His voice is deep, rumbling. "I heard you think you can beat any fighter." Bruce doesn't respond immediately. He is assessing. Gene is not in an attacking stance. His arms are crossed. His weight is evenly distributed. But there is something in his eyes. Challenge. Provocation. Perhaps even contained anger. Bruce responds calmly. "I never said I could beat anyone. I said different styles have different purposes." Gene takes a step forward. Now he is half a meter away. Looming, using his mass as psychological intimidation. That's what all you kung fu masters say. Philosophy, purpose, harmony. But what happens when someone just grabs you and crushes you? What does your philosophy do then? Bruce doesn't back down. His feet remain planted. His breathing remains controlled. His eyes remain fixed on Gene's eyes. Not on the chest, not on the shoulders. On the eyes. Because that's where you see the intention before the action. "Depends," says Bruce calmly. "Are you grabbing me now?" Gene smiles. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes. "Not yet. But I could. Easily. You weigh what? 60 kilos? I could lift you with one arm, throw you against that wall, put you in a hold. In 3 seconds you'd be out cold, and all your Eastern philosophy wouldn't change a thing." Bruce remains motionless, not because he's afraid, because he's thinking. Calculating. Gene is right about one thing. In a pure grappling fight, weight and size matter enormously. If Gene manages to grab Bruce, if he manages to close the distance and apply a hold, the fight is over. No amount of speed or technique can overcome an 85-kilo weight difference when you're locked in an armbar. But there is something Gene isn't considering, something most fighters don't consider. To grab someone, you have to move, and movement creates openings. Bruce speaks softly. You want to test your theory? Gene unfolds his arms. His muscles flex. Veins pop in his forearms. Here? Now? Bruce nods slightly. You said you could grab me. Prove it. Gene laughs. A short, incredulous laugh. Kid, you don't know what you're getting into. Bruce doesn't respond. He simply steps away from the sink, moving to the center of the bathroom, creating space, positioning himself. His stance changes subtly. His feet adjust. His center of gravity lowers. His hands remain at his sides. Relaxed. No clenched fists. No obvious guard posture. To someone who doesn't understand martial arts, Bruce looks defenseless. To someone who does, Bruce has become water, ready to flow in any direction. Gene stares at Bruce for 3 seconds, looking for fear, looking for hesitation. He finds neither. Only calm. Absolute calm. The kind of calm that comes from a man who has been in this position 1,000 times. In dojos, in street fights in Hong Kong, in private demonstrations against skeptics. Gene makes his decision. He advances, not with explosive speed, but with the confidence of a man who weighs 320 pounds and has never been stopped by someone Bruce's size. His arms extend, large, trying to encircle, trying to grab, trying to close the distance and turn this into a grappling fight where his weight becomes the ultimate weapon. Bruce is no longer there. He has moved, not backward, sideways, a sliding step that puts him out of the grabbing line. So fast that Gene barely processes it. Gene turns, adjusting. He is experienced. He has dealt with fast opponents before. He advances again. This time faster, more determined. His arms sweep the space. Bruce moves again. Another lateral step. Flows like water around a rock. Gene is starting to understand the problem. He can't grab what he can't reach. And Bruce is moving in a way Gene has never seen. It's not a wrestler's footwork, not a boxer's movement. It's something else. More fluid. More economical. Every movement serves multiple purposes. Evasion, repositioning, creating angles. Gene tries a third time. This time he explodes forward. All his weight, all his strength. A charge that would break ribs if it connected. Bruce is no longer in the path. He has slid to the side, spun. Now he is behind Gene. Gene turns quickly. Impressive for a man his size. But in the time it took to turn, Bruce has already moved again. They are facing each other again. Gene is starting to breathe heavily. Not from physical exhaustion, from frustration. He is a champion. He has dominated bigger and stronger men. But he can't even touch this 135-pound man. Bruce speaks softly. You're using force. Force requires commitment. Commitment creates openings. Gene growls. His frustration is turning into anger. Anger makes fighters reckless. He advances again, this time without technique. Just brute force, just determination to grab this annoying little man and prove his point. Bruce waits, waits until Gene is fully committed to the movement, fully extended, fully off balance forward. Then Bruce moves, but this time he doesn't move away. He moves into the space Gene just created with his overly committed motion. Bruce's left hand strikes with surgical precision. Not a punch, a palm strike. Straight to Gene's solar plexus. Exactly the same spot where he hit Muhammad Ali. The network of nerves that controls breathing and connects to vital organs. The impact isn't loud. No dramatic thud, just a dry snap, precise. Gene's body locks up. His muscles, all 320 pounds of them, stop responding. His diaphragm spasms. His knees buckle. He falls forward. Bruce steps aside. Gene drops to his knees on the cold tiled bathroom floor. His hands are on the ground. His head is down. He is trying to breathe. He can't. The wrestling giant, the man who has made opponents pass out in holds, is on all fours on the floor, unable to pull air into his lungs. Defeated by a single strike from a man 85 pounds lighter, Bruce stands above him, not celebrating, not gloating, just waiting, observing, ready to move again if necessary. But it's not necessary. Gene is no threat now. He is just a man struggling to breathe. 10 seconds pass. Gene manages to pull in an irregular breath. Then another. His body is starting to function again. The spasm is subsiding. Slowly. Painfully. He lifts his head. Looks at Bruce. His eyes no longer show anger. They show something else. Shock, confusion, reluctant respect. What the hell was that? Gene's voice is hoarse. Almost a whisper. Bruce extends his hand. Gene stares at it for a moment, then takes it. Bruce helps pull the 320-pound fighter back to his feet. Gene is unsteady. He leans on the sink. His knees are still weak. He looks at Bruce with new eyes. "How did you do that?" "I didn't give you any opening. I was just trying to grab you." Bruce responds calmly. "You gave me exactly the opening I needed. Every forward movement creates a moment of total commitment. In that moment, you can't defend. You can only attack." "I waited for that moment." Gene shakes his head. "Still processing. But I weigh twice as much as you." "How did a palm strike take me down?" Bruce explains. "It's not about strength. It's about where you hit. The solar plexus is a neural network. When struck correctly, it shuts down your diaphragm. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. Everyone has the same nerves, the same vulnerable points. I didn't fight your strength. I fought your biology." Gene falls silent, absorbing it. He has spent his entire career dominating opponents with size and grappling technique. He never considered that someone could simply bypass all of that. Simply find the weak point and attack it before the grapple even began. Bruce speaks again. "You're an incredible fighter. In a real grappling match, on the mat, with judo or wrestling rules, you would dominate me. No doubt. But I didn't fight your fight. I fought mine." Gene finally smiles. A real smile this time. "You're something special, man. I've never seen anyone move like that, and I fought the best." Bruce nods slightly. Different styles for different situations. There is no superior style, only appropriate application. Gene laughs, a low, respectful laugh. "You really believe in that philosophy, don't you? It's not just talk." Bruce smiles too. For a moment there is understanding between two warriors, two men who have dedicated their lives to mastering combat. Different paths, same destination. Gene steps away from the sink. His breathing is normal now. His pride is bruised, but his respect has been earned. "No one can know about this. My reputation would be destroyed if people knew a 135-pound guy took me down in a bathroom." Bruce nods. "No problem. This stays between us." Gene extends his huge hand. Bruce shakes it. Gene pulls him close, speaks low in his ear. "You're the real deal. I didn't know. Now I know." Bruce steps back. Gene walks toward the door. Before leaving, he turns. "One last question. Did you really hit Muhammad Ali like that? Are the rumors true?" Bruce smiles. "Some things are better as legends." Gene laughs, shakes his head, leaves. The door closes. Bruce is alone in the bathroom again. He returns to the sink, washes his face again, looks at himself in the mirror. His muscles are still tense. His heart is beating a little faster. The adrenaline is fading. He takes a deep breath, centers himself again. In 15 minutes he needs to be on set, ready to film. No one will really know what just happened. How a 135-pound man defeated a 320-pound wrestling champion giant in a bathroom. It defies logic. It defies everything about weight, strength, and physical advantage. But it happened. And Gene LeBell knows. Bruce Lee was different. He saw what others didn't see.